Hey guys, what's up?
What up?
I'm Matt.
I'm Casey.
And this is Chit-Chat. So,
Chit-Chat.
What is Chit-Chat, Casey? Let's just get that out there.
True.
Right
All
now.
right, well, Chit-Chat is our brainchild, you know. We live together, so we got a lot of time to brainstorm, to talk about random stuff that we want to do.
Right.
This is a podcast, a VCYA podcast,
Yes.
that we just want to do. We want to have just another avenue of connecting with everyone, having ways that like people can get involved and talk to us and get to know us. We can do the same with other people. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be super laid back, super fluid.
Right.
It's not going to be like a Chad Veach leadership, or is that what Chad Veach does?
Yeah, leadership leaning. And those are great. Like, I love leadership podcasts, and I love, like, devotional series podcasts, those kinds of things. But I think what's going to be unique about this podcast is that there is an agenda, but there is also no agenda at the same time.
Right. Like, we're going to tap into those things. We're going to have devos. We're going to do leadership talks.
Right.
We're going to have guests, segments, Q&As. But at the same time, it's going to be as laid back as our ministry is.
It's going to be a chit-chat. Like,
yeah.
That's what this is, and I think that's what the cool thing about the name is, and it's just like, it's dope. So
we're just going to be hanging.
We're just going to be hanging
Chit-chat.
right here, right now. So,
should we tell them why we came up with Chit-Chat, though? Like, why we settled on that?
Why did we?
So, we were in Matt's office, like, a couple weeks ago, and we were trying to think of what the name was. We had already, decided what we wanted the whole thing to look like, and so he went on dictionary.com and did...
Oh, yeah, I did.
He went to the thesaurus section, and you typed in, conversation.
I did.
And we went through, 40 different options.
Yeah.
And Chit-Chat was the best one.
There were some weird ones in there where I said them, and I was like, we can't say that because it seems like someone is hurting someone.
Yeah. Or it's just that's not a real word. Like, there's no way that's an actual word in the English language.
You would not watch it.
Yeah, for sure. It would turn people away immediately.
Right. So, so that's why this is Chit-Chat, and I think everybody chit-chats with everybody else, and that's what we're doing right now.
We're just chit-chatting.
That's all we're doing. We're chitting and chatting, dude.
Chitting and chatting.
Oh, yeah, be careful with that. So this is just kind of like an introduction. This is an introduction to the podcast, an introduction to who we are. You might not know us that well, and hopefully through this episode and then through just getting to watch this a little bit more, we can help you understand who we are, what we believe, what this ministry is for, what BCYA is for, and then just hopefully give you a space to interact, because we don't want this to just be like a one-way stream of us just creating just content for you to watch, because I know that can be kind of boring. You're like, okay, it's another podcast that these guys are trying to create or this ministry is trying to have, but we want you to interact. So there's going to be spaces where we're opening up the comment section, or maybe like an anonymous platform. We could say, Ben, what do you want us... Oh, sorry.
The corona, dude.
Coronavirus is going around.
We're both sick right now. We don't have coronavirus, but we're sick.
In the name of Jesus.
There's nobody else in here. Nobody else is being infected by our germs.
No one. Just
us.
The camera. Which Bryce Wheeler will touch tomorrow.
True.
Sorry, Liam.
Ooh.
Dang.
Just kidding. He's a tank, dude. Nothing can...
Baby Liam is a tank.
Nothing can...
But I forgot. Oh, yeah. So there's going to be spaces where they can interact. You guys are going to be able to say, man, what do I want to hear? What do I want to talk about? And then there's going to be other voices. It's not just going to be us. We don't want this to just be about our voices, because I don't think my voice is that important. I like to hear what the people want to say, but I think that this is an important platform where we can just say, man, we can all come together and just talk.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's what the ministry of VCYA is founded on, is collaboration, and not it just being... Because I've heard you say this a million times, you want other people to have input. You want other people's voices to be heard, their input to be considered, changes. It's not your ministry. No. I mean, obviously, it is your ministry, but you value other people being involved. And so this isn't our podcast. This is VCYA's podcast.
This is your podcast.
You'll unfortunately be hearing, good job, guys. You'll unfortunately be hearing from us the most, probably.
Sorry.
But that doesn't mean like it's just our thing, you know.
Right,
This in no way
Definitely
is an
not.
avenue to like promote us.
No, like it's not. But
you will be seeing our faces a lot.
So get used to it.
Sure. Hopefully our voices won't sound like this though for much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently I have a camera voice. I didn't know that. So am I doing that right now?
No, now you're like super comfortable.
Dang.
Yeah.
You got me comfy, man.
Dude.
You got me comfy. You got my vocal cords comfy.
Dude, that's what Chit-Chat's all about, bro. Just getting comfy with the homies.
It really is. I have to edit that out.
Even though, yeah.
I'm just playing.
Even though we're in the most uncomfortable chairs right now.
We really are. I'm sitting on a wooden stool.
And I'm spinning because this thing hurts. And so I'm just trying to
You're just trying to power through. And it's really hot.
It's
There's
so
lights.
hot, bro. I've been touching my face this whole time.
Yeah, you're sweat. You got a nice little sweat going, dude.
I know.
We needed that, though.
That's true.
I've been putting on them quarantine pounds.
Sure,
Eating a lot of brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts.
I literally had one before I came here.
Dude.
They're so good.
Okay. That's what we need to talk about. Well, no, we're not going to talk about that yet.
Wait, no, let's talk about it.
Dude, like, snacks in quarantine, bro.
Oh, it's such a dangerous thing.
Dude,
so dangerous, bro.
I just had to go. I had to go lay down last night because, like, I was like,
you've been eating too many snacks.
I just had a 4 for 4 before I got home. I had already eaten dinner. That's the thing. I had already eaten dinner.
You had 2 dinners?
No, I only had 1 dinner.
But then you had a 4 for 4 right after?
No, okay. The 4 for 4 was my dinner.
Oh,
but I got home and I
I
have all these soups and stuff in the
It's true.
in
You do
our
have a lot
pantry.
of soups right now, bro.
I have a lot of the chunky soups right now in the pantry. But I have those, and then I have all these brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts. I have some Harbor gummy bears in there.
It's true.
And I'm like, man, I could just grub out right now. And I was like, no. Self-control. It's a fruit of the spirit.
Sure.
So I had to fight it, man. It was really tough.
It's really tough. I already went through a whole box of those Pop-Tart bites. Where you get like the little bag. It's got like 6
Never
little.
had one.
Bro. It's like the best part of a Pop-Tart.
Every time.
And it's so much filling. Like, you know how you eat a Pop-Tart and you're like, dang, I wish there was more brown sugar and cinnamon in this? That will satisfy every desire you've ever had that is Pop-Tart related.
I have to go cough. You might have just done something dangerous to me right now.
You're welcome, bro. I still got some in the pantry.
I'm still in some when we get home. Anyway, off of that, tell us a little bit about yourself, Casey. Share maybe just a little bit about who you are, and then I can share a little bit, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
Yeah, true.
It's getting to that time where I think people are just like, these guys are talking about,
Why are we talking about Pop-Tarts?
Talking about nothing right now.
Oh, man.
So, who are you, Casey Simagran? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, bro.
Simagran?
Appreciate it.
I went through a phase like 6 months ago where I was like, I don't know if I know his last name anymore.
Yeah, bro. No, but nobody has ever pronounced my last name right.
Because somebody said it wrong to me.
Yeah.
But I heard somebody trying to pronounce your last name.
Yeah.
And another person corrected them. And I was like, but I wasn't in the conversation.
Yeah, you just like heard it.
And I just heard it, and they were saying it wrong. It wasn't. They weren't saying Simagran, right?
Yeah. With an N.
And they were saying it some other way, and I was like, wait.
Well, dude, it doesn't help that a lot of people think my last name is from college. People literally ask me that all the time. They're like, what nationality is that? Like,
from college?
Like, come on, dude. It literally, like, couldn't. People are crazy. But yeah, Simagran.
I
appreciate that.
Yeah.
People have been spelling it wrong and saying it wrong my whole life, dude.
Got you.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm Casey. I've been involved with VCYA, Victory Church as a whole, since probably August of last year.
Yeah, it's 2019.
Yeah, because Matt and I, we've been living together since like June of last year, 2019. And when Matt moved into the apartment with me, he was stepping into the role at VCYA as like the college and young adults pastor. And I was unemployed. I'm a therapist now, but that summer, bro, like after I finished grad school, I was like, I'm doing nothing this whole summer. I like begged my parents.
He did nothing.
I literally did nothing. Right?
I was jealous.
I begged my parents for months. I was like, yo, I know you just helped me go through grad school. Like you put me through, but I really need some time off. And they were like, for real? Like, you went to school for another year. But they were cool enough to let me, like, not have a job for a couple months. And so then I got this job as a therapist. And I really wasn't going to Victory at all. I didn't know what VCYA was. I knew there were always people at our apartment, and that was dope, but I was, like, never around.
He would be hiding in his room, which is literally connected to the living room, and there'd be like 25 people in a small group sitting outside of his door.
And I'm just playing Skate 3.
And he would come out like on the way home to like drive home to like just go spend the weekend at home.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, hey, that's my roommate.
He'd be like, see you guys.
He'd be like, thanks. And everybody would be like, dude, your roommate looks pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, he's a cool guy. He's leaving though.
Bro, one time, this was so embarrassing. This is when I knew that I like needed to stop hiding. Some girl was like, hey, and I honestly don't remember who it was. I wish I did because it was hilarious. She's like, why don't you hang out with us? And Matt goes, oh, he's an atheist.
I did say that.
And I was like,
I did say that.
I was like, yeah, like, it's not really my thing. And she goes, so genuine, like the sweetest thing I've ever heard. She's like, we'd still love to hang out with you. And I was like, you're so
He
nice.
wasn't an atheist.
I wasn't an atheist.
He wasn't an atheist. It was just me being me.
So funny. But she was so cool about it. So yeah, like after, I think it was probably the college and young adult service in August.
Yeah.
I came and then.
That was a banger.
It was so
good.
Fire. He killed
Fire. We killed it, dude. We killed it.
But I went to it, and afterwards we were just like sitting in the kitchen. And like we do literally every night. And I was just like, bro, like this is it. I'm getting involved. Like I love the people. I love what you guys have going on. I want to be involved somehow. And it's been the best. It's been like a super good, like 8 months or so. Because when I was unemployed, bro, I was in a weird place spiritually, mentally, and like getting involved with VCYA and Victory was a huge.
That community, man.
Yeah, bro. Community
is key. And maybe, I know we'll have a lot of our regular people on here because, like, man, I love our people.
True.
Our people
best people in the world. Best.
Love you guys so much. Love everybody. That TikTok guy, I love him. I don't even know his name. I'm not gonna say it because yeah. But if you're new, maybe you just stumbled upon this podcast. That would be funny if you did.
That would be crazy.
Because you're just like, who are these dudes? Yeah. Are you okay right now?
Am I sweating? Yeah. Bro, so I've been sick for the last 4 days. And so I think...
sweat it out. Dude, sweat it out. It's okay. He's getting it out.
Start doing some push-ups.
Do some push-ups. But yeah, hey, if you're new to this, man, community is so important. Find community somewhere. It doesn't have to be here.
For sure.
But if you do maybe happen to stumble into Victory or VCYA, open arms to you because
100%.
Community is so important. I find community here, like, it's valuable to me. You just heard how valuable it was to Casey.
For sure. Changed my life.
Yeah. So that's incredible.
Yeah.
Love that.
So I kind of touched on it that you stepped into this role back in August or July, I guess.
Well, May.
Oh, yeah, it was right after you graduated. Walk them through that. People might not know this story.
Right. So, really, I started part-time as the VCYA. I was not really sure what the title was. It was pastor, coordinator, director, anything that the name just came up because I was part-time at the church. So that started back in January of 2019, really the beginning of February of 2019. So I was part-time because I was still a full-time student at Southeastern. It was my last semester, alum. I was still a student at Southeastern, finishing up my last semester. So when I graduated last April, that weekend, I graduated on Friday. Sunday, we had a VCYA service, our last VCYA service of the semester because that's when schools were getting out, and I preached that Sunday.
Yeah.
And that Monday morning, I had off Monday because they were letting me move into the apartment.
Oh,
so I moved in April, really.
That's true.
Yeah. So
because your stuff was there while JD's stuff was still there.
Another one of our friends was moving out.
Yeah.
Shout out JD Jernigan.
Love you, bro.
Ferret. Ferret gang. If you want to know about the ferret, let me know. I'll let you know.
Oh, man.
Anyways, this is 15 minutes. We'll wrap this up. That's good.
Bro, let's just go forever. We're running a marathon right now.
We're vibing right now. But anyways, so then I started full time, and man, it was an interesting time. But I never saw college and young adult ministry coming. I'm super involved with the youth, super involved in other ministries of the church, and I love all that stuff. But I never saw myself leading young adults necessarily. I saw myself more in the youth vein because I didn't really know this was an option, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is what I was gunning for, but I love it, man. I love young adults. I love college students. I love Victory Church. This was my church home, so it just happened so organically for me to be here and to work here and to be a part of this team. I love the tradition that Victory has. Victory has like major influence in the city, and they have for decades.
Literally.
And I mean, our leadership here, Pastor Blackburn, Pastor Dan, all of those guys who have just paved the way. Man, props to them. Props to them for believing in me and allowing me to be a part of this. And to Mark Hilton, who really has just taken me under his wing and done this. A shout out to you, Pastor Mark Hilton, brethren, bishop, apostle of Jesus Christ. You're the best. But yeah, so that's just kind of who I am. I'm not a Florida boy, so transplant, but I'm becoming one because I get cold real easy nowadays. So
that's true. That's
what happens. But yeah, so that's kind of who I am. That's who Casey is. I don't know. Is there anything else we need to just like touch base on?
I don't know. I think we'll get more into like each of our stories as this progresses.
I don't want to just like bore you with
because if you guys are even interested, they might have shut it off already because we started talking about ourselves.
This might be a one episode podcast. So last episode on the fly, we're not doing that. Even if nobody watches, I'm talking.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is not an outlet, but like
right. It's therapeutic, bro. It's cathartic.
Therapist, man. I live with a therapist. Go live with a therapist. So thanks for tuning in today. I guess we can close it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's been 17 minutes.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating, guys. I need to do something.
Yeah.
But anyways.
We need to get in shape. I think that's our issue.
You're going to see us get in shape on this podcast.
In 6 months, we're going to...
This is a fitness podcast now.
Oh, we could. No, we're not. We can't do that. No, but I think this is what it's going to look like. It'll obviously be more structured like as we go because
and it's going to be a lot more chill. Like we're trying to find like a spot where you can get some like sofas.
Yeah, we want like couches,
I'm trying to drink coffee while I'm doing this. Like I'm trying to have 100%. A little frappe.
Bro, I was told that right now is the worst time to be drinking coffee because we are kind of sick. It dehydrates you. I didn't even think about
I've been dehydrated for 2 weeks, bro.
That's true. I feel like we're always dehydrated because we just drink so much coffee.
I will go whole days and like think and be like, I have not had a drop of water today.
That's true.
Not a drop. Just the saliva in my mouth.
And that's like caffeinated because of all the coffee running through your veins.
Yeah.
We drink too much coffee, bro.
But just enough.
Actually,
keeps you going.
Too much
keeps you going. But
so I guess like over the next few weeks, we want to hear from you guys what you want to hear. Like we want to do like Q&As. We want to bring people in and talk to them. Right. We want to have segments where we talk about specific conversations.
Yeah, we're gonna have like mini series where we go on to like talk about like topics. So there are gonna be topical podcast conversations, but there's also going to be just like days where we're just like
talking about Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts are how much I'm sweating right now. I'm sweating Pop-Tarts.
I'm sweating brown sugar and cinnamon filling.
Bro, I would... Never mind.
Oh, man.
Never mind.
No.
Yeah, so...
But yeah.
This is going to be a weekly podcast, so tune in weekly or don't tune in.
It's true. It's up to you.
I care, but I also don't care.
Yeah.
It's not mean, but...
I mean, hey, it's real.
It's real. It's me.
It's me, dude.
Take it or leave it. But anyway.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed us talking about whatever we talked about.
Yeah.
We talked about each other.
We just chitted and chatted.
Chitted and chatted.
That's all we
Chit-chatting.
Chit-chatting.
What if I just went off on a freestyle, bro?
I was ready, bro. I was about to be like, dang, is he really about to spit?
Nah, I can't do that. That's embarrassing, bro.
Dude, one day we'll freestyle on here.
For sure.
I'll have a freestyle.
And I'll tell the story about how I used to be a rapper.
Yeah, young homie Casey. Dang.
That's
Rest
real.
in peace. You gotta hear that story.
Rest in peace. That's bad, dude. All right, well, I guess that's
it, guys.
This is the first episode of Chit-Chat.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. My fingers.